Hi guys, it's Sunny from Soulful Vibes Co. Today I'm coming to you to talk to you about ancestor money. Ancestor money, ancestor money, ancestor money. What ancestor money is, how to use it, and when to use it rather. So ancestor money is a form of currency for the spiritual realm. There's different denominations of ancestor money. You can use anywhere from I think a few dollars to millions, quadrillions, billions. And the good thing about ancestor money, so for example, this is a $10 million ancestor money bill. Of course, you don't have to pay $10 million for the ancestor money bill. So our money here on earth will give you a lot of money in ancestor money. So we use ancestor money to help set our ancestors free and give them offerings to allow them to do things in the planes and the spiritual realms they are in. We burn ancestor money to give them different offerings on different days. So I burn ancestor money every day for my ancestors, and then on a special day that I have chosen, I burn a big offering, like lots of money for them. This money also helps relieve karmic debt, their karmic debt. And if you guys have ever heard of like how a parent, everything that someone has or have going on in their life is passed on to their kids and their kids' kids. We could think about that as the physical term too, right? Because if a person dies and they have lots of money, 9 times out of 10 they're going to pass that down to the generations to come. That happens too when it comes to spiritual things and karmic debt and different things. Like if your parents have had a good life and they have done good by humanity and they have given back and all of these things, you will reap those benefits. And that's the same thing with the karmic debt. Our parents and our grandparents and different ancestors pass away and have karmic debt that they didn't get to pay back yet. They may have done some things that has not been very pleasing, right? Or they may have done some things in their prior lifetimes that has followed them and they have passed on before then. So when they don't pay for that karmic debt follows their bloodline. Think about different ailments and different illnesses. When we're talking about different ailments and illnesses, that travels down. You know, hereditary is diabetes, hereditary, all of these things. Karmic debt is hereditary too. So sometimes when on earth, we can't get things done, or we find ourselves at a standstill, or feel like we take 2 steps forward and get knocked back 10 times, right? We feel those ways a lot of times not because of our own doing, but because of those who came before us doing. That karmic debt follows us. And there's a way to relieve that karmic debt. And then sometimes they don't have karmic debt. Just like we need money to pay bills here, we need money to get things and buy food and gas and things like that. In their spiritual realm, they need energy to do different things. So they may want to elevate in different spiritual realms and stuff and don't have the energy to do so. Burning the currency gives them that energy. Setting up an altar gives them that energy. Giving them a food offering gives them that energy. So it's not as if we're really paying them $10 million, right? We're not doing that. We're burning it first for the intention, and 2, the energy, right? Again, money is a cycle. It is an energy field. It's a form of energy which causes the cycle to continue to flow. So they need energy in order to thrive. They need energy in order to accomplish things in their spiritual realms and to get the things that they need to get. But the money also relieves their karmic debt. Once their karmic debt is paid, they can fly and you can succeed more here than before, and they can succeed and go further in the spiritual realms because they have the energy to do so, because they're released from their karmic debt, and then the money offerings give them a little push to get things done where they are. These are different denominations, but this guy that you see here, a lot of people always say, who is that guy? Why does he have to be on the note? And who is that? And everything. So that is the Jade Emperor. The Jade Emperor is over any currency and any money handling. Is like the god of that. Like Ra is the god of the sun, right? And different gods and goddesses are over certain portions of the world and certain flows of life, right? So the Jade of Emperor is over not spiritual. He's a spiritual deity that is over different money transactions, currency transactions, and any energetic exchange when it deals with currency and money. So he is on the actual ancestor money because, again, anything that deals with money, the exchange, or anything especially dealing with the money and exchange in the spiritual realm, he is over it. So who's better to have on the ancestor money than the person who is the god over ancestor money and currency exchanges? There are different there are different cultures around the world that burn ancestor money. There are different cultures around the world that give their ancestors offerings. And it seems here in America they are getting away from that just because it's like, right, I'm just be honest. But a lot of times if we go back to our roots and where we came from and where our ancestors came from, they always paid tribute to their ancestors, and that's because everything that we have and are right now is from our ancestors, from our DNA to our spiritual gifts to who we are, how we speak. Even if you are not in a direct contact with your bloodline because you were adopted or something, you still have your ancestors' DNA. You still have their spiritual DNA, which is your gifts and your talents and things like that. So why not pay tribute to them, right? We have these funerals and these grave sites and things that we visit, and we sit with them or we visit them, right, and we pay tribute to them by going to these grave sites or having these funerals, but then after that it stops. So ancestor money is a way to continue that tribute and that ritual and that offering to them, like how we go give them flowers on their gravesite. That's an offering, right? Well, burning ancestor money is an offering for them too, to set them free. And believe when they are free, they're freed up to help you more. They have been here on this plane before. They have been here on earth, so they know how things are, how to operate things, and how to get things done here. So if you help them, they can definitely help you too. No, I'm not saying burn ancestor money to say, hey, I'm burning this only so you can help me. But I'm definitely telling you that burning ancestor money and paying tribute to your ancestors and giving them offerings will definitely help you here, because they will go forth and help you achieve things here on this physical plane. So burning ancestor money is everything. Like, I love burning ancestor money because I know my ancestors love the money because how fast it burns sometimes. But I know there's a difference in my life, and a lot of things have started changing since I have been burning ancestor money. And it's all because you set them free. They're able to be free where they are, and they're able to help you be free and get the things you want here. Also, the intentions behind burning ancestor money, I think that's important too, setting your intentions, right? You can have a prayer, you can have a saying that you say, you can have whatever you say that you want, the reason of you burning the ancestor money, right? I always say to all my known and to both known and unknown ancestors, because there's some ancestors I don't know, right? And I don't want to list so many and I forget some and upset some. I don't want to do that. So to all my known and unknown ancestors, I burn this money to allow you to flourish where you are, to get the things you need and do the things that you want to do there. I burn this to release your karmic debt, and I thank you for continue to guide, protect, and lead me here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, right? I say something along those lines. Those are not the exact words, but something along those lines, right? Every time I burn money for them. And this is, I can show you some few, but also I'll show you that next. But also, when you burn money, you always want to fold the money towards you for the energy sake. You don't want to fold it away from you because you're giving like that energy is, you're not folding it into your energy. You want to have your energy there. And speaking of energy, you want to give them these offerings so that they have something to eat off of energetically, and they're not eating off of your energy. When they are not free and they don't have energy there, they're going to consume and eat off any energy they get, any energy they can. And who's closest to them to eat up energy than their bloodline. So you don't want to suffer from that. And you definitely want to burn ancestor money. So this one is a $10 million note. And then this one is a $100 billion note. That's a $100 billion note. This is a $1 trillion note. That's $1 trillion. And then this big gun right here is 10 quadrillion. That's 10 quadrillion, 1 trillion, 100 billion, and then 10 million. And these are different denominations that you have. There's so much more that we don't carry. But there's so many different ones lower. And I think 10 quadrillion is the highest denomination that I have seen. But to answer the question, what denomination to burn, right? Whichever you feel led to. But I will also tell you to keep in mind of denominations here. What can you get with $1 versus $100, right? Obviously, the $10 million is not equivalent to our $10 million here, right? But it is one of the lower denominations, right? So would you want to burn big money for them or a smaller denomination? I always advise to at least burn like big money right at first. Like when you first start, and I burn like probably 2, 3, 10 quadrillions, a few trillions, a few billions, and a few millions. Just so any debt, any stagnant energy, like I burn that all up when first getting started to let them know, hey, it's somebody down here rooting for you, right? And there's more to come. There's more where this come from. Here, like I want to set that off and break up any of that energy and release as much as I can from the beginning than on a daily offering, right? So I do a lot then. And then I burn like my small guns, right? My small ones, 1 or 2 every day, whatever I'm feeling led to, whatever my ancestors want. I burn 1 or 2 of those a day. And then on my special day of the week, I burn a few. Like I may burn 5 or 6 of these, or I may burn 1 big one and 2 small ones, but I burn a few because that's the day I set aside from them, right? And burning this ancestor money, you will see your life change. You will see it change dramatically in a good way, right? And also, of course, you will need a lighter to burn it. You will want to burn it in a fireproof pot. You can burn it in like an old pot or an old grill, like a little small. You can get one of the small grills from maybe like Family Dollar or something for like $10 that you can drop it once it starts flaming. Drop it in there. If you have a cauldron, something like that, something that's fireproof that it don't burn the house down. It's great to burn it at your ancestor altar if you can. I know like these big guns, they produce quite a big fire. So you want to be careful of the smoke alarms and everything like that. So if you can burn it at your altar, great. But if you can't, your ancestors understand. Feel what is natural. Go with what you feel is appropriate for your ancestors, and everything will be great. Also, I will always advise to light a candle before you're burning your ancestor money, especially like on your altar or something. But I always advise lighting a candle, preferably a white candle. That's what my ancestors like, and I see a lot of people work with white candles because it just means pure and new beginnings and good stuff, right? And peace. But whatever color candle, light that candle because the flame is a doorbell to the spiritual realm. I love to think that, and I think it works, and I think a lot of people will agree with me that lighting a candle is the spiritual world doorbell. You don't have a physical doorbell to ring, but you can definitely get their attention by the candle being lit. So that's all I have for you right now in regards to ancestor money. If you have any questions, feel free to put it in our Facebook group at Soulful Vibes Tribe. We'll be more than happy to help you with that, or someone else in there will help you along this journey with learning more about your ancestors and ancestor money. If you haven't already, follow us on Instagram at Soulful Vibes Co. And again, you can get ancestor money by the packs, by the bundles, by the set, all on our website at soulfulvibesco.com. Again, that's www.soulfulvibesco.com. Until we meet again, peace and positivity.